Senator Robin Padilla. Meron lang po ako mga sasabihin ditong mga rebuttal po sa mga medyo may mga pagkakamaling na sabi, mga blatant mistakes po na nasabi si Mr. Monsod sa kanyang mga sinasabi kanina. Meron po siyang sinabi kanina na yung Constitution ng USA ay nasulat habang ang USA daw ay isang equal society. Sobrang mali po yun. Sobrang mali po yun. May slavery po sa USA nung time na yun at marami pong mga puting indentured servants. Very unequal agrarian society ang USA nung time na yun.
Attorney Monsod can give us some guidance on that, no? On how to proceed in terms of process.
Sir?
Well, Senator, when you were not here, I was saying that actually our Constitution, by definition and by legislation, has been clarified, and there is a lot of liberalization already, as you said, except, of course, land, with which I agree with you. But in natural resources, on media, on advertising, on public utilities, there is EPIRA, there is the recent law. Why are you going to touch the Constitution when there's no need to do it? You trivialize the Constitution when you do that. Oh, by the way, I want to put a comma here. I want to put. I don't think that. And then there are people who say, well, it's already 35 years old. We must look at it. The U.S. Constitution has been there for 240 years, way before there was any of these things. 27 amendments. No massive revision or sweeping change in their constitution. And they find ways and means to interpret it. And that builds trust in government and in our institutions. Just because it's been there. Now, I notice, doon po sa question na structure. Is the problem structure or people? The checks and balances nandiyan po. Independence of the Supreme Court, nandyan po. Lahat nandyan na. Is it because of the structure or because the people who are appointed there defer to the power? And that's based and rooted in a dynastic feudalistic system that we have to get rid of. And you can't get rid of it by a big bang theory of a sweeping change in the Constitution on structures and everything. The Puno Committee is a new constitution. It's not a revision of the constitution. It's a new constitution. You read through it, 82 pages of it, 150% longer than the 1987 constitution. So what I'm saying, sir, is that are we barking at the wrong tree, on this? And if we want change, we have to change from the bottom. And it takes a long time to change culture and the behavior of people. And let's start with the barangay elections in December. The chance we postpone it to 2023, those barangay captains would have served over 7 years when their term should only be 3 years. Is that a problem of structure? It's a problem of people postponing the elections, and now they want to postpone it again. It's a political move. It is not something for the country. And that's what we're doing. People abuse the power of appointment, don't we? We see that all the time. Every administration wants somebody who agrees and will defer to him or her during the 7 years in COMELEC. I would put in the law a prohibition that the COMELEC cannot be appointed to any position after serving in the COMELEC. Because I know a lot of COMELEC people who defer because they want to go to the Supreme Court.
We have to change the system, I think. Sir. Yes, sir.
I think you were not here. I was saying there are 3 amendments to the party list law that should be made. One is take out the limit of 3 representatives. 2, take away the provision that allows non-member, organic member of the party, allows him to run if he has a track record of advocacy. That's a loophole, right? And number three, put an anti-dynasty provision in the party list system.
Bisita rin na si Sir Orion Perez Dumdum. Prop, sensya ka muna at hihilingin namin bukas. Sige po, gusto niyo po Sir Orion, sige po, nakataas po ang inyong kamay. Meron po kayong ilang minuto para makapagsalita.
Okay po. Thank you po. Maraming salamat po tagapangulo Sir Senator Robin Hood Padilla. Meron lang po ako mga sasabihin ditong mga rebuttal po sa mga medyo may mga pagkakamaling na sabi, mga blatant mistakes po na nasabi si Mr. Monsod sa kanyang mga sinasabi kanina. Meron po siyang sinabi kanina na yung Constitution ng USA ay nasulat habang ang USA daw ay isang equal society. Sobrang mali po yun. Sobrang mali po yun. May slavery po sa USA nung time na yun at marami pong mga puting indentured servants. Very unequal agrarian society ang USA nung time na yun. And they even had slavery, not just slavery, the US Constitution considered slaves to be 3/5 of a white person in the counting of congressional districts. Yun po yung tinatawag nating the 3/5 compromise of the US Constitution. So mali po yun. May sinabi rin po si Mr. Monsod that the World Bank has never put as a hindrance the Constitution. Mali po yun. Meron pong 2018 document ang World Bank. Let me just bring this up. This document that's mentioned. Meron pong sinasabi dito sa tawag nito, page 9, top 10 policy actions. Number 4 among those is reduce restrictions on foreign investors. Yung po yung nakasulat. And naka-mention talaga doon yung constitution talaga. Sasabihin ko rin po bakit mali po ang pagkakaroon ng constitutional restrictions sa 1987 Constitution. Wine-weaponize po ito lagi ng mga kumukontra sa ilang mga kumpanya. Ang FedEx po ay nahatulan na hindi raw sila constitutional dahil majority American-owned daw sila. At sinabi po, kahit hindi totoo, sinabi po na public utility raw sila. Ngayon, ganun din ang nangyari sa angkas. Sinabi rin na sila raw ay public utility. Yung pala, hindi sila public utility. Pero misinterpret sila as a public utility. Actually, they are an IT company. Ganun sila, may application po sila, mobile app para mag-ride hailing. Hindi po sila public utility, pero sinabing inaabuso po ang Constitution para kontrahin sila dahil ang kanilang owner dati, ang kanilang chief owner ng company ay si Angeline Tam na isang Singaporean. Buti na lang si Ma'am Angeline Tam ay may Filipino husband na si George Royeca at dun po pinalipat ang mga majority shares. Kaya hindi na sila nasama dyan. Pero laging wine-weaponize ang 1987 Constitution para sabihin na itong kumpanyang ito ay hindi pwedeng pumasok sa Pilipinas or whatever. Yan ang nangyayari. Another one, dynasties. Sabi ni Mr. Monsod, dynasties. In reality, ladies and gentlemen, the 1987 Constitution worsened dynasties. This comes from the research of Dr. Pablo Querubin. He's not Filipino, he's a Colombian PhD. And he basically showed that it was the introduction of term limits that forced incumbents who were still enjoying popularity and confidence in their constituencies to field family members to continue their projects. Kaya dumami po ang mga dynasty sa Pilipinas dahil sa 1987 Constitution. Yun po ang isa sa mga major reasons. Now, structure or the people? It's the structure. The people are the result of the lousy structure. The way people behave is the result of the lousy structure. I'll give an example. North Korea versus South Korea. Same ethnic group, same people, same culture, pero different systems. Ang isa komunista, ang isa kapitalista. Iba ang kanilang economic system. Tingnan nyo ang nangyari. Sino ang mayaman? Sino ang sobrang mahirap na ang mga tao kinakailangan kumain ng tree bark dahil sa sobrang hirap nila. Yun po, When a sports team does poorly, you don't get rid of the team's players. You usually replace the coach, and the good coach uses a different system, okay, a different way of playing from the old coach using the same team players. Yung po ang nangyayari, it's a different system that is used by a different coach. Kaya nagkakaroon ng wins yung isang team na pareho lang naman yung mga members dun sa dati na iba yung kanilang coach na at iba rin ang kanilang sistemang ginagamit. Tapos sinasabi ni Mr. Monsod, there is no literature in the world that says that one system is better than the other. Totally wrong. There is so much, a plethora of literature, particularly on federalism and parliamentary systems. Federalism, Dr. Ronald Watts, Dr. Donald Horowitz, Dr. Michael Breen, Dr. Gabriel Landre Adiola, Dr. Tatu Van Hanen, so many others. There are hundreds of them. You look for them. You can Google. May Google na po tayo ngayon. May internet na po tayo ngayon. I am an OFW and I work in the IT industry. Kaya ganito po yung ginagawa ko. Nag-research po talaga ako. And I really would like to emphasize to Mr. Monsod, please update your knowledge, sir. Parliamentary. Why is parliamentary better than presidential? Dr. Juan Lintz, Dr. Fred Riggs, Dr. Arendt Leiphardt, Dr. Cindy Skak, Dr. Alfred Stepan, Dr. John Gehring, Dr. Strom Thacker, Dr. Carola Moreno. So many PhDs internationally. In fact, it is already pretty much understood worldwide that parliamentary systems are superior to presidential systems. Matagal na pong napag-usapan yan. That is exactly why Claro Im Recto in 1949 was already pushing for a
Sir Orion?
system.
Sir Orion, wala na po tayong oras. Pasensya na po.